Right now, if your body lost just 2% of its water, your focus would blur, your mood would dip, and your memory would start dropping words, and you wouldn't even feel thirsty yet. Because buried inside your kidneys, there is a single chemical switch that quietly decides how your entire body behaves, and almost nobody notices the moment it flips. By the time these next few minutes are over, you will know exactly what changes inside you on each of the next 7 days, the moment you simply start drinking enough water. Start here because almost 2/3 of you is water, around 60% of your entire body weight, woven into every cell, every drop of blood, every thought you have. But your thirst alarm is a liar that runs late, so by the moment your mouth feels dry, you are often already 1 to 2% down and quietly underperforming. Which means most people walk through their whole day in a low, invisible drought, never feeling it as thirst, only as a fog they blame on everything else. So let's fix it and watch what your body does in real time, starting with day 1 and your very first proper glass. That water hits your stomach and slides into your small intestine, where most of it is absorbed within minutes and pulled straight into your bloodstream. Therefore, your blood volume rises and your blood thins out, and suddenly your heart does not have to strain to push thick, sluggish fluid through you. But the real action is happening at that switch I promised you, deep in your kidneys, controlled by a hormone called vasopressin. When you were running dry, vasopressin was screaming at your kidneys to hoard every drop, squeezing your urine down into a dark, concentrated, almost amber liquid. But now that the water is flowing in, that hormone backs off, and your kidneys are finally allowed to stop panicking and start releasing. So by day 2, you can literally see the change in the toilet, as your urine fades from dark apple juice toward a clear, pale straw. And that pale color is not trivial. It is your kidneys finally flushing out the waste salts and byproducts they had been forced to hold on to. Therefore, the strain eases on the very organs that filter your entire blood supply dozens of times a day, lowering your long-term risk of stones and damage. By day 3, that thinner, richer blood is reaching places it had been struggling to supply, and this is where you start to feel it. Because better blood flow means more oxygen delivered to your muscles and your brain, so the dull afternoon crash you blamed on coffee starts to lift. But here is something most people never connect. Those nagging tension headaches often shrink too, because even mild dehydration can pull fluid away from the brain and tug on pain-sensitive tissue. And if you think that's surprising, wait until you see what happens to your brain itself on day 7, because that is the part nobody warns you about. But first, day 4, and your gut, because water does not just pass through you, it gets pulled into your large intestine on purpose. When you were dry, your body clawed water back out of your stool to save it, leaving everything hard, slow, and stuck. Therefore, with enough water flowing through, your stool softens and your digestion finally moves the way it was designed to, and the bloating quietly settles. By day 5, your skin enters the story, and this is where I have to be honest with you instead of selling you a fantasy. Water alone will not erase a single wrinkle, because wrinkles come from collagen and sun damage, not from a missing glass of water. But a well-hydrated body does plump the deeper layers of your skin and support its barrier. So dryness, tightness, and that dull, tired look genuinely begin to fade. So you do not get a miracle, but you do get the version of your skin that was hiding under the drought all along. Day 6 belongs to the parts of you that move, your joints and your muscles, because water is the literal lubricant inside them. The cartilage cushioning your knees and spine is mostly water, and the synovial fluid bathing each joint depends on you staying topped up. Therefore, well-hydrated muscles cramp less and fatigue slower, because they can shuttle nutrients in and waste out instead of seizing up in a dry environment. And now we arrive at day 7, and the organ I promised you, the one that has been quietly suffering this whole time, your brain. Here is the heavy truth. Studies have found that even mild dehydration can measurably shrink brain tissue and force it to work harder for the same simple task. Which means for years you may have blamed yourself for being foggy, irritable, slow, or low, when part of it was simply a body running on empty. But after a full week of steady hydration, that pressure lifts, your brain is bathed and cushioned again, and the mental sharpness you thought you had lost comes back online. And that is the real payoff, not one dramatic moment, but a quiet, compounding upgrade across every system you depend on, every single day. So remember that hidden switch in your kidneys, the one we started with, because by day 7 it is no longer stuck on panic, it sits in balance, and your body finally trusts that the water will keep coming. And the beautiful part is that the switch leaves you a daily readout, in plain sight every time you go to the bathroom. So here is your one move. Tomorrow morning, glance at the color of your first urine, and if it is darker than pale straw, that is your body asking for the very first glass of the next 7 days.